He sold our dream home to his mistress for $1, but he didn't see this coming. In the quiet town of Willow Creek, Sarah Johnson stood before what should have been her dream home. The keys in her hand felt heavier than ever. She and her husband Daniel had spent years planning this house, choosing every detail from the vaulted ceilings to the expansive backyard where they dreamed of growing old together. But now it belonged to someone else. Someone named Rachel, Daniel's 24-year-old mistress, sold for just $1. Sarah Johnson, a 37-year-old corporate lawyer, never expected to be starting over. But here she was, watching her husband of 13 years pack his bags, wearing a smug expression. "You can't do this," Sarah said, her voice steadier than she felt. Daniel barely glanced up. "Actually, I built it. My name's on all the paperwork," he replied, and he was right. Sarah had trusted him completely, focusing on her career while Daniel oversaw the construction. The irony wasn't lost on Sarah. She was a corporate lawyer, and yet she had been blindsided. "So you just gave it to her for $1?" she asked, watching Daniel's reaction. He smirked. "It's a perfectly legal transaction, Sarah. You should know that better than anyone." But Sarah had discovered something Daniel had overlooked, a special provision in the deed. If the property was sold for less than market value within the first 5 years, it would trigger an automatic review by the county assessor's office. The property would be reassessed at current market value, and any difference between the sale price and market value would be subject to immediate tax assessment, payable by the seller. The house was worth $3.2 million. Daniel had sold it for $1. The tax bill would be astronomical, and it would fall entirely on him. Sarah smiled, remembering the look on Daniel's face when she mentioned the fine print. He figured it out soon enough when the county assessor's office contacted him about the pending tax assessment. Sarah spent the next few days digging through every document related to the house's construction. She found that Daniel had been moving money from their joint account to a separate account in his name, preparing for his exit. But he had made one crucial mistake. He used their joint account to pay for the house's construction. Every penny spent building that house could be traced back to their marital assets. Sarah prepared a claim for division of marital assets, a petition for an emergency injunction to prevent any further property transfers, and a detailed accounting of every penny spent on the house's construction. She was determined to protect herself and get what was rightfully hers. Daniel realized the tax bill was more than he made in 5 years. He begged Sarah for help, but she refused. "You already lost everything," she said quietly. "You lost it the moment you decided to give our dream house to your girlfriend. The tax bill is just a consequence of your choices." Rachel, the mistress, couldn't afford the property taxes. Sarah advised her to sell the house to pay the taxes and walk away with something. Rachel sold the house for $3.3 million, used the proceeds to pay the property taxes, and moved away, starting fresh somewhere new. Sarah became a partner at her firm and found peace and freedom from the betrayal. She realized her own strength and that the dream house was just a property, but she was still standing. The life she planned with Daniel was over, but something new was taking its place, something stronger, built on the foundation of her own resilience. In the end, Daniel's attempt to take everything from Sarah only showed her how strong she truly was. She was free from the weight of betrayal, free from the need to prove anything to anyone. She was better than okay. She was free. Sarah's story is a reminder that even in the face of betrayal, we can find our strength and start anew.